All right, as ever, I'm just gonna take a few more minutes of your time to close the meeting and gush just a little bit. If we haven't met before, I'm Jennifer Gibson. I'm the chair of OASPA and the executive director of Dryad, and it is my real honor to just offer a few closing thoughts for this year's conference. And these are my last few weeks as chair of the board of directors. So I'd also like to offer a few thoughts on our progress over the last few years. So first, following the sentiment of that last discussion and so many over the last few days, I'm incredibly proud of the depth and the richness of the discussions that we've been able to host with this, our third purely online annual meeting. While OASPA has always been a big tent, home to a wide range of perspectives, and has always prioritized the inclusion of underrepresented voices by funding travel and going to links to recruit those voices. We're fundamentally limited by those in-person formats. Working together in an online forum this way, as we're doing right now, has simply transformed the character of this convening. And in this forum, I'm routinely bowled over by your insights. So I thank you for that. Jean-Claude Godon, I heard him a couple of hours ago saying that the meeting was better than he thought. And I can understand that. But I'm so pleased that someone who has such long experience thinking about knowledge as a common good is able to take that away from this event. As our map of participants has shown, the online forum has helped us to be host to participants from more countries than I could readily count, looking at the map a couple of hours ago, from time zones reaching from Auckland to San Francisco. And in one session, even we're able to hear from presenters in Qatar, India, Bulgaria, and New Zealand, though many of you I know have had to present at some awkward hours, and I thank you. With the live chat function, also, I think that's really important. Anyone can speak up at any time and be heard. They don't have to stand up and nervously approach the microphone in a room full of 300 people. So that's accessibility on a new level as well. There's a lot of power in this, and I can sense that it's accelerating the ways in which we're thinking about open research. It's certainly helping me to think differently. And in parallel with this, and in conjunction with this shift in the character of our community, the OASPA organization is changing. We've changed. So, we've always been a wide tent, but now we're wider. We've always been a home to a number of voices, but now we're home to more. We've always had a richness of perspectives, but now these are more rich. I've personally learned from this community, from this convening, things that have changed how I see the world, how I see my work, and how I want to try and contribute to knowledge exchange and collaboration with you. So again, I'd like to thank you. I want also to nod to Claire and to the work that she's done with the team to elevate OASPA, the OASPA organization, and to equip it to change with the evolving needs and the interests of the community in the last few years. OASPA is better staffed with the additions of Malavika and Carol. OASPA is better financed with webinar sponsorships and a new membership category, not to mention Bernie's tremendous power and success in recruiting support for our events and the organization. OASPA is better structured with working groups, and OASPA is better aligning ourselves with the types of directions the global community assembled here is taking through ongoing strategic development work. It's been a real pleasure to serve as your chair. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your support. I promise that Dryad will remain one of OASPA's most active members. So, just with a couple more comments, Bernie and Claire, if you can join me on camera as ever. And with me, we want to thank all of the speakers, every single one of you. Thank you for your hard work and bringing your thoughts to us. We thank you to the sponsors for helping to make the meeting possible, and we thank the program committee for leading this assembly. Bernie, thank you for all of your incredible work. You've touched every single one of us, and it's just getting better and better with every year. You've made my job as facilitator for 3 sessions very easy, very easy. So thank you. Claire, thank you for your leadership and to your whole team for everything that you do. And thanks to all of you who've participated with us this year. We will be 100% online again next year, right? And we count on seeing all of you here. So thanks from me. Bernie, Claire, what do you want to say to close things out?
Shall I start, Claire?
I haven't planned anything to say, but you know, that last session to me, what we started talking about 2 days ago about authors and not leaving people out on that side. We've ended with, you know, publishers and not leaving people out on that side. And I feel we, you know, open access is not just about policies and mandates. It's a thing that we're trying to do. It's a living thing. It's a very individual thing for different publishers, for different regions, different disciplines. So yeah, I think we've tackled some of the real fundamentals over the past 3 days, and what I like to think we've done is worn away at some of those polarizations which are stopping us from making the progress that we need to do. So yeah, just, you know, thank you everybody that's been involved in this conference and in OASPA, and this is, as always, just one step in chipping away at things. So we'll be back with more, and we hope that everyone will join us.
Last word to you, Bernie.
Oh God, I'm a bit emotional as always. I'm knackered. I think all I'm going to say, because I'm not going to talk about the content because that speaks for itself, and Claire's just put it eloquently. I think as an extrovert who is trapped in her living room behind a laptop for large swathes of my life nowadays, I just think the power of having the conversation with so many voices is, you know, it's apparent. It can't be argued with. So even though I would love to be with everybody in a room now, and I would be having a glass of wine, this is just powerful. I mean, it's what we need to be doing, and we can't have OASPA being an exclusive organization that can gather a few people in a place for, you know, more money than they might have, and in a location they might not want to travel to. So I look forward to seeing people somewhere, but for OASPA, I think this is really wonderful, and I'm glad people stayed with us and came to as many sessions as they did. And I'd also really like to thank our organisers, because the Events Hub are a relatively small organisation. Ruby is phenomenal, and this is the first time they've supported our conference technologically, and it's been an absolute pleasure working with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to them. And huge thanks to you, Bernie. Bernie, I'll just say, Bernie is the perfect person for me to work with, because I am a huge introvert. Being with people just absolutely wipes me out and just powers Bernie up. So we kind of like cross over somewhere in the middle. And yeah, absolutely amazing work, Bernie. Thank you.
All right, on that fantastic note, we'll just look forward to seeing everyone again next year and pick it up then, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jen.